Zombie apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals? Space Unicorn here, bringing you some hot Frag action. So today I wanted to talk about the video that Frag dropped pretty recently about how they calculate the trophies. This is something that we wanted to talk about. Just a couple things we want to cover with this. Nothing too in-depth or too crazy. Pretty simple to understand. So let's get into a match here, and we'll do it over some gameplay like we always do. But first, guys, if you could remember to please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Your support makes all this worth it. So thank you in advance for all of your wonderful support. Alright, let's get into a match here. Alright, let's start facing Malik as our first opponent. Alright, so the things that we want to talk about, guys. There's a lot to talk about with this video, and it's actually kind of funny because the video is less than 2 minutes long. So the things we want to talk about. I missed my shots. Get him. What kind of pinewood box I end up in? Alright, let's go. Alright, so the things we want to talk about, my friends. The first thing is they show us how the trophies are calculated at the end of the season and how the equation works out. This is a good thing to know because it kind of tells you how the reset goes about getting completed, which, like I said, good to know. Not exactly what I was hoping the video was going to be about, but it is still good to know nonetheless. Leave me alone. So what makes this video so important to kind of cover? Well, the first thing is this. The first thing that people need to think about with this is now you kind of can understand what they're doing whenever they calculate the resets for the arenas. With that being said, the resets for the arenas is actually going to be changing according to them. So what that means for us is that instead of starting the season over at 7,700 trophies, you can start over at 7,950 or something like that. You kind of get what I'm saying with that. So that's kind of a very, very interesting because it's actually slightly higher than it's been in season past because the trophy resets have always been pretty steep. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just that the trophy resets have been steep. So that's a good thing. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about with this particular video is a bit more I wish they would have covered it, sort of a thing. That being how trophies in your clan are calculated. What I mean by that is, how do they look at the numbers on the map, on the screen, and be like, okay, this club, this person has this many trophies, but he's at the bottom half of the club, so his trophies really don't count for much. That is something that I don't understand. I don't understand, like, I know they released the numbers on it, but it doesn't make sense. It's just that's just kind of the simple truth. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why people at the top half of your club get all this credit, and those people who are still grinding but are lower in the club don't get as much credit. That math on that doesn't check out for me. I feel like those trophies should be counted differently. But as I stated before, it's something that I can't control. It's up to Frag to control that. And like I said, maybe they will. Maybe they will in the near future. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about with the trophy system. This is the one that you guys are probably going to be more interested in. I want them to cover how their trophies per match are decided. Because now with the new update, which I'm currently playing on actually with all the smart AI, as you can just see, the smart AI just got whipped. What was I going to say? So I want to understand how match trophies are handed out. What I mean by that is, like, so if you guys realize in the last few seasons, if you play a match, you get basically 30 trophies every single match. It doesn't matter how good your opponent is, how bad your opponent is, 30 trophies, 30 trophies, 30 trophies, 30 trophies. This is something that, to be honest, doesn't make sense to me. I think if you face a tougher opponent, you should get more trophies, but if you face a lesser opponent, I don't think you should get as many. Now, I think a lot of people would agree with that. I think. Come on, get him. He's not taking damage. Good. We win. We win. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Alright, let's hit these shots. Come on. Oh, I missed the final kill. That's alright. Don't know where you think you're going, laddie. So I'd like to understand how those trophies are kind of divvied up and who decides essentially who gets what trophy count, because I think that's something that needs to be covered. If I get one more notification from that server, I'm leaving that server. Wow, Queen Uni clutching up. Nice job. But yeah, so I'd like to understand. I think we would all, honestly, like to understand that. I think that's something important that they need to cover in a bit more in depth. And that's just my personal opinion, obviously. But it is something that I think people would be more interested in knowing about, to be honest. Like, if I'm the challenger, I could understand getting a little bit more trophies. And I think that's where part of the interesting aspect of this kind of comes into play, is because the challenger system is the way it is. Leave me alone with the buffalo roam. Sorry, had to do it. Had to do it to him, boys. We had to do it to him. Let's grab our Queen Unicorn. We're just going to chill for a couple minutes. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of where we want to start at. Oh, this freaking Hannibal. But yeah, so I think everybody would like to know how that kind of works out. So that kind of leads me into the final thing with the trophy system that I wanted to address. And that being, well, how are the opponents decided? So it used to be that the longer the win streak, the tougher the opponent is that you would face. Lately, that has not seemed to hold true. And honestly, I'm okay with it, but at the same time, it's something that I feel like should be addressed because the trophies need to be more balanced in how they are handed out. Now, that doesn't mean go back to the old trophy system. So you guys don't know, back in beta, you used to get 5 trophies for a win. Didn't matter how good your opponent was. If you were better than them, you only got 5 trophies. And there was actually a point where it went down to 2 trophies for a win. So that's what they're like. Whenever we talk about old trophy counts, like for instance, my old trophy count, the really high one, that happened whenever I was getting 5 trophies for a win. So just let that sink in. Now, with that being said, guys, I think we all would like to answer to this, but that is what we wanted to cover with this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe in the down there. I appreciate all of your guys' wonderful support, and you guys have a fantastic night. Bye-bye, guys.